the Hatfields and the McCoys, the Capulets and Montagues, Edison and Tesla. What do these all have in common? You probably already know. It is the most enduring theme in literature, on the stage, in reality. And it is the theme of feuding. It is a theme of family feuding. It is the theme, the reality that we fight amongst ourselves. And when someone dies, we actually begin to wonder, what are we fighting for again? Like, why don't we like you? What exactly is the reason? Somebody finally wakes up when their baby dies, when someone they love dies and goes, wait a minute, stop. This cannot go on. And yet, history, you do a Google search on famous historical feuds, and it is ripe with just outrageous bloodshed between families, cousins, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers. And in fact, forget studying history. Many of you know this reality because you have already had someone in your life who has died and you had not talked to them in years. And now you are stuck with the pain of lack of closure. You never got to apologize. You never got to hear their apology. You never got to get any sense of what happened. Why exactly did that occur? You are now living with the pain and residual effect of the constant clash because you saw them, the others. You put them in a camp opposite you. Hence, when I just came across a dialogue occurring in a social media platform between family members and friends, people that I love, cherish, respect. It's like being a fly on the wall. I got to see them, and these are folks that are on the opposite side of the political spectrum than me. I'm one color, one animal, and they're another color, another animal. And we are very different. Again, people I love, respect, value, appreciate. People I know deeply because they're my family, at least family that I've connected with for a lot of years and stayed in contact with. Or friends, again, friends who I've gone deep with, connected with, know their history, they know mine. So we have common shared life story. So here I am, a fly on the wall because it's a social media platform, it's public. And they're discussing them, the other people. And specifically they said, I'm afraid, I fear the people that vote like that. I fear those people, the others. You know, and I actually immediately typed back, what exactly about me do you fear? Because I'm them. I'm the other people. I'm that group. I'm the Hatfield to your McCoy. I'm the Montague to your Capulet. I'm the Edison to your Tesla. Folks, we feud, we bicker. And it leads to separation and it leads to violence. And inevitably, my experience has been the only way to overcome that reality, the only way, is not for you to shove more data, facts, and stats down my throat. It's not a variable of more information. It's not a variable of you trying to convince me, even if we can agree, because we oftentimes, because we're close enough, connected enough, respect each other enough to have a discussion about data, facts, and stats. Even then, we'll disagree because of our emotions, because of how we feel about data, facts, and stats. We'll have different reactions to what we think this data means, how it affects us. Again, we will acknowledge the same data, but because of our feelings about ourselves and life in general, we will interpret the data differently in terms of how it should affect and manifest us as humans. But ultimately, the biggest variable that separates us from being connected as friends, from being able, that which keeps us in a feud, That which keeps us, them, the others, is our inability to recognize the God quotient, our inability to understand that there is a story occurring that is much bigger than you and I. Far greater, far more powerful, and in my God equation, the God system I follow, the God I believe, I am told that that is a future of hope and prosperity and abundance, and not just a future when I'm dead. Like, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So while my God system tells me the end of the story, I do know the end of the story, I also know that it's possible to live in the here and now, even amongst all these crazy differences, all the them. It's possible to still bridge that difference, but only if I am willing to embrace the truth that my God tells me is the truth, which is that I must love you more than I want to. Whew. And therein lies the need for this God in my life. Because folks, it is hard when we are so different. I am a little troubled by all my family members and friends. I am. It hurts my heart that we're so different. So different. Like, how the hell did we get so different when we were raised in the same family? That's okay, though. I have legitimate love, respect, admiration, appreciation for these people in my life because I know them deeply. And I have taken the time to continue to get to know them. I have continued to place God's love for them over my like for what they do. And continue to listen to how they feel about the data, facts, and stats that we both look at. It is that equation that has allowed me to remain incredibly joy-filled with regard to my family and friends who I do not agree with at all. And yes, I've unfollowed a lot of you. Some people I've had to unfriend, and a handful I've had to block. But those people who I want in my life, those people who are genuinely part of my happy, I remain connected to you because I practice the formula for happiness for me in relationship to you. So I pray that this has been helpful to you as you explore ways that you are going to go about mending past relationships that maybe you have separated. I pray that this has given you something to think about with regard to maybe your attitude about them, the others. And specifically, I pray that you do not fear, because my God tells me, and so I will give you what this God says, that you were not given a spirit of fear. If you belong to this God, you belong to the family that has the spirit of sonship, daughtership, and heir to the King of Kings, the God of gods. I pray this has been helpful to you. Shalom.